Hello, Facebook ads people. I'm Konstantinos, and this is the Facebook ads breaking news podcast. Hello, guys. Another podcast, podcast 67, if I'm correct. And today we also hit 35K subs. So thank you all for the support. The channel is growing. I hope that by the end of the year we will have 100K subs. I hope, and we can. Celebrate, it's going to be one of the biggest feats that I have accomplished. Now, on the other hand, we have a platform which is Meta, which is not doing so well. I'm going to do a summary today, and then I would like to discuss about some other YouTube channels and things that I see from my colleagues and on Reddit and other places. Now, we had a very good January, a very good February. Then on middle of March, we had some issues, and we had over there not higher CPMs, but higher cost per acquisition. I'm getting also a lot of messages from people telling me that I was having 2.5% conversion rate, and then it dropped, and they blame the quality of the traffic. Then we had in this podcast analyzed how we believe that maybe it's inflation, because we had also this report from Triple Whale talking about CPMs not rising, or Temu. We don't think that it's that. And we had also Meta doing so many changes on Advanced Plus campaigns. We have seen the features, and we have a new feature today also. I haven't seen it in any of my ad accounts, but there is one of my viewers that sent me that. It's called about brand safety, sustainability, prevent your ads from appearing near content that's not conducive to your brand, managing brand safety and suitability. And this is something that he has seen inside Advanced Plus campaigns, asking me what option to choose. You have to understand that right now, I don't know exactly all the new features until they are going to be official. So I'm also testing things, and as soon as I have something, I'm going to let you know. Over here, they had the option of expanded inventory, so ads on all content that adheres to content monetization policies and so on, moderate inventory, limited inventory. I have no idea which option to choose over here. Then another content type exclude all videos, all live videos from Facebook and stream videos and all of that. This is, for example, one of the new settings that I haven't seen it in any of my ad accounts, but I have seen, for example, in one ad account that we can do multiple ad sets inside an Advanced Plus campaign, which is something that I didn't expect. My guess is that they do it because they want to play a little bit with cost caps over there, but in this campaign I wasn't able to do ABO budgeting, but only CBO budgeting, so I don't know. For sure, I'm going to, if they do something like that, I'm going to exploit it and try to see if the crazy method Advanced Plus is going to work, but we will see. So April started pretty well on the first 5-6 days, and then it's starting having really bad results, but because of higher CPMs. Over here, despite what we were able to see on March, that we didn't see big fluctuations on CPMs, we're seeing really high fluctuations on CPMs for April, and the results are pretty bad. Now, what I'm trying to do is inform all of my clients and try to help them understand that in these periods, what you do is almost nothing. We should do almost nothing, maybe lower the budgets here and there without closing campaigns, because this is something that you're going to regret. Of course, we need people that are going to also close their campaigns so that the CPMs are going to drop, but I know that I'm not influencing what all the people are going to do on Facebook ads. This is why I talk in the way that I talk, and I'm telling you that you should not do many changes on this bad period. But for sure right now, Meta is not in a good shape, and I know that at some point it's going to get fixed and all of that, but I know that for right now I'm not going to scale. I'm going to maintain the accounts as they are. The beginner accounts don't have such a big issue because I have already structured them in a way that I can have more flexibility on these bad periods. That's why I don't like the one campaign structure, because now everybody, they need to start scaling down. But of course, with everything else, you're not going to learn this from someone. Let's say that someone is teaching the one campaign structure. They're not going to tell you what they're doing here on April, for example, and how they scale down in order to preserve it and all of that. I guess we are the only ones that we are talking about that because everybody else wants to talk about their successes. And it makes sense, but at the end of the day, I find these periods challenging in terms of distinguishing the truth, because even if you go on X or Reddit, on other platforms, you're going to see people saying, no, I have zero problems, all of my other accounts are doing really well, and it hasn't impacted me at all, in an effort of trying to find clients, which is a little bit stupid. Now, if you might have one other account which is doing well, I also have other accounts that are doing well, but the majority of them, it's actually having lower results. Now, is it going to mean that I'm going to lose all of my clients? No, because you're discussing all of these things. But I just don't like when I see people don't admitting that there is a whole pattern over here of having higher CPMs, worse results on the other accounts and everything, and they just say that no, I'm perfect and my other accounts are not good or bad. On the other hand, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know of other podcasts about Facebook ads talking of what is happening every week. So I don't know if they would talk like this if they had a podcast. But I do know that there's a sugar coat situation right now on what they present. And I'm not talking necessarily about YouTube channels, but I'm talking for sure about Reddit and X, for experts just pretending that this hasn't been impacting them and everything is good. So that's the current situation, and my advice to you all is to, especially if you have campaigns for a very long period of time, just let them be, don't touch them, and try to just lower the budget a little bit here and there if you cannot afford it and you're losing money. But if you can, even with break even, just leave it as it is. You're going to get out of this stronger, and it's going to help you also scale in the next period when people will stop advertising. People that are unprofitable are going to stop advertising. And this is how Meta and the whole system is being cleansed from all the people that they shouldn't advertise here because their numbers don't make sense. For the current situation, not because they're bad businessmen. They just don't make sense for the current situation, and they just leave the platform because it's not profitable for them, and everyone else is making money that they have actually better numbers. It's actually a very fair self-cleaning way, the CPMs and all of that, and we will see it in the next days, week. I don't know for how long this is going to last, but we need to overcome this bad period so that we can breathe a little bit. There's this thing that came from one person in the group, that it shows that they're advertising with Chinese letters and or Arabic, all of that. He says, the current state of Meta ads, I'm being targeted in language I don't even speak, I didn't travel recent either, and so on. So you can understand that most probably Meta is under a big change. I don't know if it has to do with changes on iOS and all of that, or the Advanced Plus, the new features that are coming, but we will see where this ends. But for sure, I can tell you that it always recovers. The point is how much someone can hold, on this situation. Now, how long does it take? It's different in each case. We don't know how long it's going to take. Before we go to... So I have another message over here that says, writing this on April 22, 2024, it's been the worst month ever with my e-commerce. It's having this problem to this day. Is it Temu messing up the whole thing? My e-com runs in Spain, by the way. This is something that's affecting everyone worldwide. It's higher CPMs for some reason. We don't know if it's Temu, we don't know if it's something else, but I can just just listen what I said earlier about all of this, and I hope that it's going to get better for you and that you have good enough numbers to overcome this bad period. Before we go to one more thing that I want to discuss and then to your questions, I would like to point out something over here. So this message says, "Hi Konstantinos, in this video you are saying that in one Advanced Plus campaign you can have image, carousels and videos together and it doesn't matter. But in another video you are saying that you shouldn't have video images together because Facebook is going to push more budget to video anyway. Which one is the case?" He's giving me the exact seconds, and then I'm not trying to pinpoint any incorrect information, but because I'm watching your videos, trying to learn from you, I found conflicting information on your channels. Thanks for all your work. So the truth is that on this video that he's referring to, it's one of the first videos that I made about Advanced Plus. And you have to understand that, guys, that when new features are coming out, most probably I will make mistakes or I will not notice things that they come later. I think that the most fair thing to do is to watch the podcasts, first of all, make a question, which I'm going to help you with, or the third thing is to watch the date. Always the most updated information is going to be the one that it's actually going to be accurate. You are completely right over here. And it's not about pinpointing any incorrect information. I'm not saying that you're doing it in a bad way. I do really appreciate you pointing this out. Of course, I cannot download all of my videos and all of that, but take down all of my videos that they have some information that I changed my opinion later on. But for sure, try to filter it based on the date. And over here, this is a good catch. When the Advanced Plus came initially, I was excited by the fact that you can have 150 ads inside and you can put them all together. And later on, by doing that, I started realizing that the catalog is taking more spend, the videos are taking more spend, and this is how I started analyzing why this is happening and all of that. And we had a lot of videos after that point that I'm explaining it. But of course, we have older videos. This is a video that it's actually coming from the period that the Advanced Plus started. It's 2 years ago, obviously I changed my opinion about it by just testing and putting videos there and seeing the videos taking all of the budget. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you mentioning it, and I think that you should filter it more by the date or make a question like the one that you have done. I'm also human and I'm just noticing things on the campaigns and stuff, and maybe I'm going to change my opinion from time to time, and I'm making videos in order to correct these kind of things. Now, there's one last thing that I want to say, just because it's eating me. I shouldn't be bothered, and it's not my job to be bothered, but I'm really noticing that our industry, doing Facebook ads for people, it's on a serious downfall. And I'm going to say this, which really, it's confusing me in a way of thinking that maybe this is not going to be an industry which is going to be booming in the next years. So what I'm noticing is that a lot of channels on YouTube right now that they teach Facebook ads, they're doing a transition from the technical side of Facebook ads to a more of a lifestyle thing, like showing supercars or having videos that they talk about how to make 50K, 100K by doing this or that. So I'm having the feeling that we are becoming more of Tai Lopez way of thinking of let me teach you how to do Facebook ads for others. And that means that whenever somebody wants to teach Facebook ads to others by promising houses and financial independence, we hear all of these, words that you hear also on MLMs and all of that. Whenever you hear that, that means that they are starting to fail on their own, on doing ads for others, or it's difficult, or it's not scaling, and they try to scale by convincing others to do it, because there's the other saying that says, if you fail at it, teach it. I don't believe that these people are failing. I just believe that it's becoming more and more difficult not to acquire clients, but to have stable or to scale in the ways that they want, because everybody can want whatever they want. You know, they can want to have 10 million per month, 20 million per month, whatever. So I do believe that now we're in transition to several channels that they are teaching more of a lifestyle, less about Facebook ads and more about how you're going to make money by doing this. And I think that this is sad, because it makes me think that maybe there are more people coming inside the industry, which makes it more difficult to find leads. I don't know. Secondly, maybe they don't have the results, or they cannot scale as much as they want, and they are going to start making this like Iman Gadzhi, another thing with so many people having Facebook ads agencies. I don't know. But what really, and by the way, I would like to take outside of the discussion Ben Heath, okay? Because it would be stupid for me to talk about Ben Heath, because Ben Heath has the biggest channel, and Ben Heath has Ben Heath, okay, my opinion is that he's doing really basic videos, really good edited videos, but really basic stuff videos, not going into much more technical details. But at least I don't see him on supercars or whatever. It's the same Ben Heath that I met 3 or 4 years ago in an interview that I had with him for one of my seminars. So I don't see any changes to him, but I see changes on the others which I haven't met. So I don't know how they are behind the camera and stuff. But for sure I want to take outside of this discussion Ben, because I don't see Ben flexing, and I believe that he's making a really good amount of money from all the things that he's doing. But I think that he's not this type of style that is going to start flexing things. On the other hand, I'm seeing flexing from other channels, and I'm seeing also a different content. At least Ben is doing only videos for Facebook ads. He's not going to do videos about other things. So, which is not bad, you know. It's not bad to differentiate a little bit your content and talk about other things. We also talk in this channel about other things in the podcast and stuff. And by the way, if you have a channel, at the end of the day, you're going to do whatever you want and whatever pleases you so that you can continue doing it. I really get all of that. I'm not attacking these channels. I'm just trying to understand if our job is on a decline, and if we are starting having bad results across clients, so we have to teach now people on how to become freelancers and how to make money. And it's becoming more money driven, okay, that if you do that you will make money, if you do this you will make money. And I know that we all do stuff for money, but it looks like another get rich quick thing that people are now trying to sell to people with a content that it's more calibrated towards the being financial free, work from wherever you want, and all of these things that we are listening, and they sound really nice. Anyway, so I guess let me know. The only thing that I can tell you is that we're on 35k subs. We will go to 100k, maybe 200k. I don't know how it's going to go. I don't feel like I have to change my content in a way of driving supercars or doing villa tours or doing whatever. And by the way, whoever wants to get offended by what I say, they can get offended. And if they get offended, it means that I'm right. Okay? If they know what they're doing and they know their content, they shouldn't be offended. But on the other hand, I'm thinking that I just wanna do Facebook ads, guys, and I just wanna see all of these settings. Even the person that sent me the message that you are saying this and this, it's contradicting. I find this super healthy and I really like it and all of that, because it's all about Facebook ads. I just want this channel always to be about Facebook ads and the different things. And thank God we have so many things to discuss that Meta is bringing and all of these changes that they are actually making, that we can actually, just focus on the ads manager and the different things that Meta is giving us and try to find solutions on a bad period instead of uploading video on how people can make 20k, 50k, 60k, 200k, whatever that may be, and be financial free. Okay, so I'm a little bit disappointed, I guess. I would love, because I just feel like, okay, I'm showing Facebook ads. I would love if I see more stuff from other people, just seeing someone else discovering this and that and just learning more. The same way that I discover things right now from people that they send me messages, the same way I would like to discover things by watching the content of others instead of, I truly believe it. I am the only channel that is actually showing live ad accounts instead of print screens. Or when you talk about an ad account and how you scaled it, show us the different months, show us how you did it. Take us day by day on the different 20% scalings that you have done, instead of showing a print screen of the amount of money that you have spent over there. I just don't get it, and I think that right now, even though there is a very strong base, the quality is not so good, and we need more channels that they're going to show more ad accounts and more data over there. Anyway, enough of me crying. Let's go to, not that anything is going to change. Most probably these statements of mine are going to make things even worse. But still, I feel like the channels are not focusing so much on the ads manager, but mostly on general settings without going one step further. Something interesting. Let's talk about something interesting. Let's not talk again about how we can make money and all of that. Let's talk about something interesting about Facebook ads. Let's talk about overlap. Let's talk about several things instead of talking about perception and about people's mind and all. I don't know, guys. I just don't know. Anyway, let's continue. Hello, Konstantinos. Hope you're doing well. I am. Exactly how you described in your recent videos, Advanced Plus in my ad account has adset level now with targeting in it. I wanted to try to have an idea on potential results. I created a $50 Advanced Plus with 3 adsets. One general, maybe he means broad. One interest plus 10% LA customers with 2 creatives per ad set. Check screenshot. I have a question about optimization. If after letting it run for a couple more days and if it keeps getting results, should I optimize it in the same logic of CBO crazy method, which means switching off bad assets and reducing budget if winning ROAS is acceptable, or switching off bad assets and keeping same budget if ROAS is much higher than my target ROAS? If not, how should you optimize this new Advanced Plus campaigns? Thanks. I have the feeling, guys, that right now, if we go into a model of having an Advanced Plus campaign with several ad sets, we're going to optimize in both levels. So we're going to optimize on the ad level as an Advanced Plus and on the ad set level as a CBO. But again, these are new features and I don't know how I'm going to optimize them. When I know after testing, I will do a video about it. But for sure, I'm going to investigate it a lot. Hi Konstantinos, I'm having a sad moment now. Oh, why? I spent the week scaling my ad spend and optimizing my campaign using all the tools you mentioned. I was really looking forward to weekend because all of my campaigns were somewhat stable with a ROAS I can work with on a combined budget of 1,100. Perfect. I was very proud of my hard work thanks to your generous advice. Friday started off better than ever with a conversion rate of 5% until around 3-4 p.m. where the sales stopped very suddenly. You should not watch the ads during the middle of the day, by the way, but let's continue. maybe not my connection on Elevar, which orchestrates all the backend pieces, was down for a bit because my dashboard wasn't loading properly for a couple of hours, but then it got back up. In the meanwhile, I ran the Gnoson Events Manager and it all seems well, so I figured it was just a bad Friday evening. But then this morning the traffic was terrible. My conversion rate went down to 1%. It came to the point where I had to pause campaigns to protect my budget. So that's the paranoia of watching ads. Here we are talking for less than 24 hours. If in less than 24 hours you're taking a decision like this is bad. I know because I sent you a message and you told me that you had also PayPal issues. So you had to close it. Anyway, let's continue and I will tell you my complete advice. Facebook doesn't allow me to add a second payment method, so I only rely on the sales I get from Shopify. Then Facebook didn't allow me to take partial payments anymore. I'm waiting for the midnight reset to see if it takes my deposit again. As of right now, I paused all my campaigns and plan to start again tomorrow with one only, Crazy Method Advanced Plus campaigns with Product Carousel, and then build up from there. I feel that this is good because you cannot just start from where you stopped. You have to build it now all over again. I would also try to see if you could open 1 or 2 or 3 campaigns over here to see if they are going to, even despite the fact that you close them, turn on some of your best ones and try to see if they are going to survive. I know you can comment on specific cases because of the complexity, but still wanted to share my situation here and see if there's everything you can tell me that might be helpful. Another option I'm thinking is to start with $10 budgets on ABO. This used to work for me before I ventured into Advanced Plus. The problem is that most campaigns would work for one day and then the following day I would simply try new ones. I know this sounds really bad and clumsy, but I would start a whole new set every day, turn off the high CP Cs and keep about half. Sorry for the long pause. So fine. So one thing, when you have this situation, okay, I do understand that you had PayPal issues and stuff, but most of the time I would strongly advise not to take such drastic decisions like closing all of your ads in just one day or in 24 hours if you don't have good results. In the way that you mention it, okay, there are several things that happened, but on the other hand, I believe that you could be a little bit more patient. Now, either you're going to build it all over again, but my suggestion here would be to not scale to the point that you're not going to be able to actually handle it. So having 1.1k spent means that when something is happening, your anxiety level is going to be higher because you're going to be losing more money. So just scale up to the point that you're able to handle. Maybe it's going to be 500, 600, and you will be safer there until you have the experience to go further. Secondly, don't close your ads so fast after some bad hours, because here we talk about 24 hours, nothing more than that. Not even 24 hours. And the last thing is try to turn on some of the campaigns, despite the fact that you close them. Maybe some of those are going to still survive. So try to do that also and take it from there. Next one. Konstantinos, how do I scale Advanced Plus campaigns if I only have 1 or 2 creatives? Do I duplicate a performing one at high budget? What would you do in this situation? It really depends on what you want to do. So recently I'm getting a lot the question of how do I scale? I want to scale with the same ads. I do have the feeling, and it pisses me off, to be honest with you. Most probably you know that. That's why you're writing as an anonymous. But it's fine, even if you piss me off, I love you, if you piss me, I won't love you, but if you piss me off, it's fine. I hope you understand my joke over here, my stupid joke over here. So the thing is this, I do understand that you want to scale and all of that, but you do understand that you have to put the effort also. So if you want to scale, just do more creatives. Don't try to cannibalize 1 or 2 creatives that you have just by trying to cut corners over here, okay? So my you have two options. Either you're going to start scaling this campaign with a 20% rule, which it can work in Advanced Plus. Second option is to duplicate it with a higher budget, which can also work. It really depends. Third way is to scale by doing, and the best way, by the way, is by doing another Advanced Plus with more creatives, trying more things and see if you can have more things working. Eventually, if you don't listen to me and you just keep using these one or two creatives, you're going to burn them. And it's not okay, because when you have something working, you need to keep it, scale it as much as you can, and or a little bit, and then try something else to scale in a more sustainable way. Next one. Has this ever happened to you? Crazy Method 5 ad sets, all the same, first 7 days. Ad set with the highest spend doesn't have the highest ROAS, but it kept on. The following 7 days, I have to check this on my phone because apparently I was stupid enough not to put the full comment. Just give me a second. I got just a comment over here. Let's surf it also. Hi Konstantinos, do you pay attention at all these pop-ups? New recommendation. Cost per result is 93% higher than a similar ad set from peers. Recommendation combined two ad sets impacted by audience. No, I'm not watching this kind of recommendations. Most of Meta's recommendation is something that I highly avoid of even looking at. Okay. This is the first comment from the group, okay? So you can take it from there. You will find it there. Let me find the one. There it is. So, has this ever happened to you? Crazy Method, 5 ad sets, all the same. First 7 days, ad sets with a higher spend, doesn't have the highest ROAS, but I kept it on. I kept it on. This is happening all of the times. Pretty standard behavior. I have done several videos explaining how, and this is why we optimize also, because it doesn't mean that all the advanced plus campaigns or CBO campaigns are going to start profitable. So yeah, that's one of the things. The following 7 days, the same ad set had 0 sales. No changes made to the campaign. Any thoughts or similar experience? Should I turn it off? The performance across all ad sets went down, but not sure why and what to do about it. So always in these campaigns, we're just following the leading ads, okay? And we're trying to see, we're teaching CBO optimization, advanced plus optimization, and every time I'm telling you that when you're looking on a campaign, and you see the ad sets or the ads in an advanced plus, you have to ask to yourself, does it worth it, does it make any sense for me to continue optimizing this one? So when you're seeing campaigns and you're seeing a leading ad, for example, taking all of the budget with bad ROAS, you understand that either you will close it, or you will have to close the whole campaign, or you will do something about it, because it's not going to be fixed just like that. So if you're having a bad ad set or ad which is taking all of the budget, you have to close it. Then you have to see, do I have enough other ads or ad sets in order to continue the optimization and all of that. Always think what I'm trying to get out of it, because it's not, one thing is optimizing an advanced plus or a CBO campaign, and another thing is to do it for no reason. When you're doing something, you need to have a plan. So in your case over here, of course, it's something that is happening all the time to start with a campaign which is not profitable. Of course, it's happening to start with an ad or ad set which is taking all of the budget, and we have to close it just to give the budget to other ads or give the opportunity to other ads or ad sets to become leading ads. But always we ask if it makes sense to keep doing this campaign, and if we see any potential on optimizing. But yeah, many campaigns, they go negative before they go positive, and they have several case studies and different examples that I do this optimization. Next one. Hello Konstantinos, I have a question. Today I launched an Advanced Plus just with my 2 winning creatives with post IDs with 400 daily spent. Okay. Also, I have another CBO running almost fully optimized for 2 weeks with 200 daily spent. I use the same creative in both campaigns. If it is the same post ID, it's not a problem because the post IDs, you can use them a lot. It's not like a normal ad. The post IDs, they can be used a lot in several campaigns. Now, when I launch of course, again, you are risking of having bad results as you scale, but yeah. Now, when I launched the Advanced Plus, my CPA skyrocketed in the CBO. I have seen this behavior previously in my ad account somehow, which is what I'm explaining. Somehow, when I have just one campaign running for one product, I get better results than having 2 or 3 campaigns running simultaneously. For example, I had 2 campaigns with medium bad performance. When I turned one off, the campaign left had great performance after that. I don't know how I can scale properly because as soon as I launch new campaigns, the performance drops. I use browse targeting in Germany. Maybe you have some advice. Thank you. So a lot of times when we have one creative or a post which is working and we do another campaign, even if we do different targeting, we can see that the one cannibalizes the other. And this is a behavior that I see also with Crazy Method. For example, you have one campaign that's doing really well with a CBO with different interest. You take one interest to the Crazy Method campaign and it kills actually the ad set on the original campaign. So the way to overcome this is different creatives, of course, my friend. And sometimes you can scale one creative more. You can do 2 or 3 campaigns without affecting it. Sometimes with the second campaign, you will see that one of them is going to have problems. The only way for you to scale is by just focusing on making more creatives. Let's go to the next question. Can video thumbnails make a significant difference in results? Is it worth putting effort into making and testing custom thumbnails? Now, as we live in an era that we have more and more people autoplay the videos, and this is why they tend to do better also on Advanced Plus campaigns, and they take more budget or on other campaigns comparing to images because of autoplay. Thumbnails don't play such a significant role. To be honest with you, I run a lot of videos with thumbnails given from the client and all of that. I haven't seen significant differences if you don't use them or if you use them. On the other hand, everything that we do which is good and it's actually we pay attention to it and we put effort to it, like thumbnails, copy, whatever. Even the copy, I don't believe that for e-commerce stores or for visual products it's actually influence a lot the sales, but it does influence a lot the sales, for example, on info products that people need to read what this thing is doing before clicking, maybe. But still over there I believe that they have to be convinced from the video anyway. But anyway, copy, thumbnail and all of that, they do help, not in a tremendous way like videos are or images. But for sure, if you're asking me if you have to put a lot of effort, I think that you should put a lot of effort in everything that you do because every little thing is improving things. Now, if you're asking me if it's influencing a lot, I don't believe that it's influencing a lot. Next one. I'm struggling to scale it too. I have no success on Crazy Methods. Meta just spends the money without significant sales. Now I'm trying to the old-fashioned way to scale by increasing the budget every 2-3 days. So over here I have a comment. This is something that I want to explain. It says, how did you set up your campaign budget? I saw poor results with Crazy Method when I didn't set up the budget correctly. What I found interesting is that in Crazy Method we should be optimized by turning off poor performing gadgets and adjusting budget, yet most people say don't touch campaigns, adjusting means better results in the long term. First of all, about the first comment, I must say that the crazy method doesn't mean that it's going to work in all of your ad accounts, and secondly, it doesn't mean that you're using it properly. Crazy method means you need several ad sets. If you have a limited budget, you should not run a crazy method. And here it says I started with 25 USD for a campaign with 2-3 ad sets inside each ad set. Then when I have a winning one, I duplicate the asset into a new campaign, but I also started with 25 and I slowly increase the budget by 50%. So basically, you're not doing the crazy method, you're doing something else. Again, I'm not saying that the crazy method is going to work everywhere. I'm just saying that what it's being done here, it's not the crazy method. And it says, if you have extra money, you can test different assets under different campaigns. I do... So the crazy method doesn't mean necessarily that it's going to work in all accounts. Secondly, it's not something that you can do with small budgets like 25. Okay, and you need bigger budgets to run it, as Samuel is saying on the other comment. And the other thing is that when you use the crazy method, you cannot just go and not follow everything, like the CBO optimization that we do and everything that we say about this strategy, because this is how I do it and it's working for me. Now, if you find your own strategy with the crazy method, something else, be my guest, do it. And also my advice is that, which I have in the next comment over here, is go with whatever works better for you, because doing different things or different strategies, it's also a character thing, and it doesn't mean that it's going to work with everyone. About the other thing that, okay, I do crazy method and then I don't want to touch it because people say that not touching it has better results. When you do the crazy method, you follow the crazy method. You're not just doing this and then you follow something else from another channel, So you follow everything that we say here, and we do touch a lot these campaigns because we have to do optimization at the end of the day. Next one. What's the average CPA across your account? This is a discussion that they had. If it's more than 15, this setup won't work for you, and it would be the reason why crazy method doesn't work. Say your CPA is 30 and budget you can allocate is 200 per campaign. You'll have 7 assets and campaign budget for 200. And then it says my CPA is between 22-28. And Akos is 6-8. So she was doing crazy method by using different assets, while the average CPA was 22-28 with 25 total budget of the CBO. Well, of course it's not going to work, okay? And it makes sense. Just follow the crazy method with all the rules that we have, how many assets, how we see the budget, how we optimize the CBO, and all of that. If you don't do that, then you're doing something which is not the crazy method and it's completely yours, which is totally fine. If it's working, do whatever it works. Then you should be increasing your campaign budget by say 100 and having 4 assets. Did I get that right, Konstantinos? No, with her budgets, it should not run at all. Oh, you mean, yeah, the ideal it would be for her budget to run, 100 with 4 assets, it would be fine. Then we would see how it would work. But after that, she would have to also optimize and everything. As I don't have a lot of money to burn, I've tried crazy method and it's not working for me. It's not the crazy method, it's not working for you. You haven't done the crazy method, you're doing something else. I will feel very frightened when I don't see any sales in 3 days. I will end up closing it. Therefore, I gradually increase my budget. I know it's slow, but it's safer for me. And then I replied, do whatever makes sense for you, because just don't say that you have done the crazy method and it didn't work for you. Again, not because the crazy method is going to work for every account, but because you haven't done it. Okay, so next one. When you do the crazy method, follow everything that we... it's not a simple thing. For some people, it's going to be complicated, especially the CBO optimization. And I want to see how I'm going to explain to people if we go to the point of doing advanced plus campaigns with many assets, how we're going to explain to people how to do. Maybe you will have first to master CBO, then master advanced plus simple, and then try to go to more complex campaigns as a different steps, as different belts like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. This is the end of the first part of the Facebook Ads Breaking News podcast. If you don't want to miss the second half of the podcast, where I'm answering all the remaining questions of the week, visit my Patreon page following the link on the description. This was the Facebook Ads Breaking News Podcast. Like it or not, it is what it is.